Hi guys, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. Today's pick a card is going to be a yes or no reading. So we're going to be answering a question that you have on your mind, and this can be any question that you have, regardless of what area of your life this is concerning. We're going to be getting you a yes or no answer. So we have 4 readings to choose from today. For reading number 1, we have this Druzy Agate Moon. For reading number 2, we have a Howlite Heart. For reading number 3, we have this mixture of Stillbite and Apophyllite. And for reading number 4, we have Selenite. So take as much time as you need to select the reading or readings that are calling to you the most. You may have more than one question that you want answered today, and if that's the case, feel free to choose more than one reading and kind of just ask your question for each of the readings that you feel drawn to. So yeah, I think I'm going to jump in with reading number 1 now. I'm going to put your timestamps down below in the description box, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, number 1. If you chose the Druzy Agate Moon, this is going to be your reading. We are going to be getting you a yes or no answer to the question on your mind. So let's just jump right in with some tarot and get your answer for you, yes or no. Keep your question in your mind as I shuffle. Number 1. Yes or a no? Some energy kind of jumping out to me already. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna see how that ties in. But the 8 of Wands was really appearing and showing itself as I was shuffling the cards. So we're just gonna sit with that. Yes or no, number 1. Yes or no? Yeah, we have the Chariot. So kind of that same energy of movement coming through. Let's see if we can get that to focus a little bit better. The camera doesn't seem to want to focus today. There we go. Yeah, there's definitely a feeling of movement coming through for you guys. And it was happening as I was shuffling. Okay. Let's see. Yes or no, number 1. Wow. Wow. The Moon. 2 major arcana already. Wow. We've got Cancer energy with the Chariot card. We've got Pisces energy with this Moon. I feel like for a lot of you, there's like a big shift in the air, and this might have something to do with the question that you're asking. And it's funny that I almost just said the question that you're answering. We have this Moon energy here, so we'll get into it, but I wonder if for some of you this is a question that you really do have the answer to, or you know in your heart, because the Moon can be about uncovering some of the stuff we try to keep hidden, or some of the things that aren't immediately apparent to us. Something that maybe it takes a little while to realize how we feel about that, or this is kind of the energy of digging into those deeper feelings. Number 1. Yes or no, number 1. Six of Wands. Oh my goodness. And the Fool. Wow. This is a yes. This has very clear energy of being a yes answer. And this is about a lot of movement. So I feel like there's a lot of change coming for you, and this might have something to do with the question that you're asking. For a lot of you, I'm also hearing that even if you are asking a question that you don't really know how it plays into the bigger picture, or you're not exactly sure like where this is going to lead, there's definite movement here though. There's the energy of change. There's kind of this energy of something might not be known to you. I really feel that energy here with this moon energy and the Fool. I feel like this is so interesting, you guys. I really do feel like for a lot of you, you have no idea how this yes is going to change things for you. You kind of have no idea how taking a leap of faith is going to really speed things up and create a lot of momentum in your life. We have the Six of Wands energy here, which is the energy of victory. So this is really the energy of winning at something. This is a full yes. I'm wondering what you guys are doing. So I don't want to guess. Like, it's really hard not to like wonder with this energy, what does this mean? And you guys were drawn to this moon as well. And then we had the moon card come out for you. I would pay particular attention to your dreams. I feel like too, if you've asked a question, that kind of has to do with a dream that you may have had. For some of you, you've already had this dream. There's so much moon imagery here. I'm even seeing it in the Fool card. I'm seeing it here on the moon card, and you were drawn to the moon. So there's so much energy here. You may have received some sort of clarity in a dream. You may be receiving some sort of clarity in a dream. So just keep that in mind. Your guides are saying, go for it. Whatever this is, go for it. And I think what I'm seeing here is that there could be a little bit of fear involved with this. There could be a little element of we're venturing into the unknown here. And what I'm seeing, especially with that energy of Eight of Wands that I was getting as I was shuffling, and then you had the Chariot come right out, this could produce a lot of rapid change for you. This could even be something that's like, if you go in this direction, it's almost like you can feel the momentum building. You can feel that this is going to produce change. And with that, sometimes we do have fear come up. This is such a beautiful yes though. Six of Wands energy, major victory here, major success, major recognition. But this requires a leap of faith. So we have a yes here. But what I want to say is, this doesn't to me feel like a yes this doesn't feel like something that just falls into your lap. It feels like something that will produce a lot of momentum for you. It feels like something that's moving you in the direction that you want to go, Six of Wands. But it also feels to me like something that might challenge you. It might have you face a fear. It might have you uncover even a desire. With this moon energy, sometimes this can be the energy of something that we know we want, something we desire in our life, something we want to win at, we want to have success at, we want to start a new chapter in this direction. But it can be a little bit of a fearful situation. Sometimes it can be about overcoming our challenges. I feel like when I look at the Six of Wands, although this is a place of victory, of accomplishment, of really moving forward with something, the Six of Wands follows the Five of Wands, which is a card of challenges and obstacles and sometimes delays. Sometimes there can even be a feeling of sabotage in a way. I almost feel with this moon energy that sometimes this can be self-sabotage, because this can be our fears coming up and kind of leading the way. With this Chariot energy, and do you notice, you guys, how many like horses or like this unicorn, like horse imagery here? So there's kind of this feeling of momentum and of steadfastness and kind of continuing on this path, even when the fears come up, even when the challenge presents itself. I feel like a lot of you are right on the cusp of something here, right on the cusp of self-discovery with this moon energy, but also taking a leap. And you might be in a place where you're kind of wondering, is this a direction that I can go, that I should go? Do I have what it takes to go in this direction? Do I have what it takes to put myself out there like that? Do I have what it takes to start this new journey? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes, but it does require courage from you with this Fool card. The Fool is open to all of these new possibilities. There's a new path for you. I love how this laid out with the Fool right at the end of your reading, because there's a new path for you. There's a new journey for you to embark on, but it requires something of you. Let's use a couple of examples here, because it can be hard to nail this energy down. If this was, let's say, a romantic situation for you, let's say that this was about bringing in love or solidifying a partnership for you, and you're kind of wondering, like, where is this headed? Is this a direction I should move in? Is this someone I should move toward? The answer here is yes. There's a new journey for you. There's a new path for you. But I feel like there's something here for you to overcome as well. There's something, and this for a lot of you can be about opening up emotionally. There might be a new level that you need to reach, a new level where you're able to emotionally connect, you're able to get into that vulnerable place. There might be some action that you need to take. But when you do, and I feel like with this Moon energy, when you really dig into your heart here, when you really follow your heart about this, when you really express your heart, there's so much momentum, and there's such a feeling of like winning. There's such a feeling of accomplishment that's coming through with this reading. I really, really love this energy. I feel like you guys kind of know what direction you want to move in. And I'm so curious to look at the bottom deck energy for you guys, because I feel like you kind of know the direction you want to move in, or you know the way you want the situation to turn out, but there's a little bit of almost like this shadow aspect coming up. But will it work out for me? Or like a fear that it might not work out. A fear almost, sometimes the Moon can talk about like problems that we don't see. But what I want to point out with this energy is sometimes with that energy of like, we didn't see the problem, that can be scary to us because we're thinking there's a problem, there's something scary right around the corner. If I move in this direction, something scary or bad or, something that I've tried to avoid might happen. But really the energy I'm getting off of this Moon is more, the problem is unseen because it's not real, because it doesn't really exist. And a lot of times our fears can show up like that because they're not real. What is the acronym, like false evidence appearing real, for fear? So it's like, it seems very real to us in the moment, but it's not real. It's not real. It's something, it's in our, it's a belief. It's a limiting belief at times. And I feel like this energy of moving forward, taking that step, taking that initiative, taking the leap, there's a real push here. And for some of you, this might be about really digging into, what do I want here? What is right for me? What does my heart tell me? What does my intuition tell me? Because there's such an intuitive feeling that we get with this Moon card. I don't know if we talked about it, but Aquarius energy with this Fool card. And I'm kind of blown away by the fact that you guys had 3 major arcana come out. This is a really, really strong yes. And kind of depending on how you formulated your question, you might have wanted a yes, you might have wanted a no here. What I see here though is a lot of momentum and a lot of change, and change that can happen really, really fast. It really comes from tapping into your intuition. I think that what your guides want you to know here is what's going to move this situation the fastest and what's going to put you on this new path is tapping into your intuition. That's going to give you the confidence to take this leap. This is such beautiful energy. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, especially if your question was about a relationship, even more so if it was a romantic relationship. And more major arcana, I have to just point out here, Gemini energy. This is a great sign that this relationship, this connection is moving in a beautiful, beautiful direction. But what I really want to say about this Lovers card is the Lovers is such a strong indication of a choice. And so I see here, your answer is yes. The energy is there. The momentum is there. The opportunity for like a victorious outcome here, and also a brand new path unfolding for you is there. But it does come down to a choice. I feel like that's what we were kind of talking about. It comes down to you making a decision about something, you making or taking that leap, and getting really clear that you're going to follow your inner guidance about this. Because I think for a lot of you, your inner guidance led you this far, and it wasn't for nothing. Because like I was saying, a lot of you are right on the cusp of something, and it's like your intuition led you to this point, and then there might be a little bit of wavering here because Fool energy is exciting, it's new, it's really fresh, it's full of hope, but it can also be daunting because it represents a big adventure, it represents a big change. And I feel like for a lot of you that's happening pretty fast. More newness under the Lovers with this Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah. I feel like you guys can make something really solid out of this. You can make a solid victory out of this. I'm going to just dive into one more tarot deck just to see what other little tidbits we can get from this. I want to keep this reading pretty simple because it's a simple yes or no. And I feel like for you guys, there's just so much energy. What else do you have for number one? There's so much energy of newness. There's this energy of healing something for a lot of you. I feel like the healing that you're doing is what's propelling you forward. And there might even be something that seemed really scary before. It seemed very daunting in the past. But I would say totally revisit this energy because the healing work that you're doing is making this more possible for you. It's opening up more opportunities for you. It's making you look at the new opportunities that are being presented to you in a different way. Almost like you're looking at this in a more empowered way. Like now you feel like I can do it. And that's because of that healing work. That's what's propelling you forward. We have the Five of Cups, yeah. The Five of Cups, yeah. There's something you are leaving behind for sure. There's a feeling that there's something you're leaving behind. We were just talking about that healing. So there's healing work that's being done here, and that's what's making this a yes. That's what's making there be so much momentum. Wow. You guys just had the Star and the Hermit come out together. So we have more Aquarius energy with the Star card, Virgo energy here with with the Hermit. I'm laughing because it's like you guys are emerging in some way. So I feel like this is such a strong yes because it's like all blocks have been removed, all roads are clear, all lights are green. And this is coming after a period of potentially solitude, potentially a period of a lot of contemplation. This could be something that you were wondering about or worrying about, trying to find the answer to, or trying to find some direction regarding for a while. And I feel like saying if this has felt like you're never going to get anywhere with this situation, even if it has felt that you're isolated or alone with this Five of Cups energy paired with the Hermit, I do kind of get a feeling of maybe loneliness, and this can be loneliness because you feel really alone in this situation, or you feel very confused about the situation. You could even in some cases feel that someone has left you or abandoned you. But the Hermit energy, on the other hand, is more like aloneness or isolation by choice, kind of coming from this place of wisdom and deep introspection. So I feel like this might vary for some of you, kind of where this energy came from. It could have even started more of a Five of Cups thing and turned into more of a Hermit thing for you. I just feel like there's a lot of growth that's coming through for you. And it's like, it's bigger than just this yes or no is kind of how this message is showing up. Like this could be something that you were working on for a while. This could be something that you felt that you had to do alone, or that you had to, you had to make this decision alone, or you had to venture on this new path alone. And at some point, this became inner strength. I feel like that's the healing. And it's like you guys are emerging as the star. The star is full of hope and renewal and a lot of inner clarity, which I feel like plays on that moon energy so nicely. A lot of inner clarity here. So I feel like you guys know which direction to move in. Yeah, your guides are like, you know. You kind of know that this is the direction you want to move in. Not only that, you have a feeling that this is the direction that's going to produce some sort of success for you. That this is the right choice for you. Wow, I love that energy. Let's look at just a few oracle cards here. See what other messages your guides have for you. Number one. What messages do you have for number one? We have tree. You know, you guys, like, I feel like you guys are laying down roots. This new path is something that, wow, it's something that has a future. Yeah, kind of depending on what your question is, but it's almost like if you're wondering if you should move toward a certain person or move in a certain direction, if that's going to be lasting for you. And we already see this energy of like victory. With the tree, I'm thinking of family. I'm thinking of stability. I'm thinking of laying down roots. I also really want to point out, let me finish that thought actually, because I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. There's so many messages coming out for you. This is something that will create stability, or it will create a new path for you. So in the beginning, you may feel like you're in this Fool energy. You might feel like you're taking a leap with absolutely no safety net. But this imagery of a tree gives me the complete opposite feeling. This is about something that's strong and steady and dependable. So even if this feels like a leap of faith at first, and it might feel like it could fail, or like the outcome is so unknown, this is something that creates stability, something that's lasting in your life. This might be like you want to make a change in your career, or make a change in your location. I'm looking at that chariot. I'm like, wait a minute. A lot of you might be actually physically moving, or this could have to do with travel. And I feel like there's kind of this energy of, like, we'll just use that as an example. If you were, for instance, traveling or wanting to move to a new location, this might feel like a complete leap of faith. It might feel like, well, I don't know anybody in that location, or I don't know how this new system works, or I don't know this new city, whatever it might be. But this is something that you're going to actually establish a lot of knowledge around, a lot of stability around. This is something that will be lasting in your life. This could be a person that'll be lasting in your life. This is a direction that is not just, oh, this is so weird how they're showing it to me. I feel like saying it's not just that you're swaying and blowing where the wind blows. This is something that's actually going to create stability. So it's even making me think of tree branches kind of swaying in the wind. But the tree itself is stable. So there's really a lot coming through for you, suggesting stability with this. I also want to point out how this is depicted here, with kind of this energy of like as above, so below, the roots really mirroring the tree here. And I feel like this is just another indication. This is pulling me back to your intuition here. This is pulling me back to the energy of kind of bringing that vision that you have, or bringing that idea, that pull into reality. Letting that little nudge that you feel in your intuitive body actually come through and become real and physical in the world. Really interesting energy here. Let's see, number one. Oh, your guides are, yeah, I think they want me to slow down because they have me looking at this tree and I saw the tree like bloom with fruit. So I think this is about like the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your courage to take a leap. And this is about really focusing more on the fruit, focusing more on the success than on the fear of beginning or trying something new or putting yourself out there. Number 1. What messages do you have for number 1? We have stone. This is another symbol of stability here. So I do feel like most of all, because we have this Fool energy here, I feel like your guides want you to know that even though there's a lot of newness here for you, even though there might be a change of direction, there's this feeling of wanting to follow your heart about something, follow your intuition, and that might feel like a scary and unstable thing to do. So your guides are really showing up here to reassure you about the stability that's actually here for you, and actually to call your attention to like any kind of inner work you've done or anything you've done in preparation for all of these changes to flood into your life, or for you to really feel like you can confidently get in the driver's seat and like floor that gas pedal, like move this forward. There is stability here for you. And I think that this is actually going to become apparent really early on. So you might have to do something uncomfortable. You know, it kind of depends on what the situation here is. You might have to do something uncomfortable. You might have to get out of your comfort zone. You might have to put yourself out there in some way. But this is worth doing because it does land you in this place of absolute stability. I feel like this is someplace you want to be. 6 of Wands energy, and then this, there's kind of this energy of being rooted, of being planted, of being firm, stable, steady. So this is reaching a place of stability, even if it starts out feeling like, oh, this is new, this is crazy, I don't know what I'm doing, or I didn't want to be the one to take that leap. I feel like for some of you, there could be kind of that energy of this was fearful. This was a fearful situation for me at one point to take that leap, to put myself out there. How crazy is this? You guys have self-love and ego here. And I feel like sometimes these concepts can kind of, they kind of go together. So some of you might have been on a self-love journey. I mean, I think we're always on a self-love journey, but you may have really been consciously tuning into this energy of self-love. And there can even be this energy of just kind of loving and accepting yourself the way that you are, flaws and all. Ignorance and all is kind of how that's coming out too, because we have the Fool here. So if this is something that's like, you don't know how to do this, or you don't know what this newness is going to bring, or you've never put yourself in the position to be the one that's going to take this step, that's going to take this leap. This is kind of this message of put the ego aside. First of all, let's look at the bigger picture, because if this does affect like more than just you, I feel like your guides are really behind you, because there's something that I feel like you can change, or you can show others. I feel like you being in that 6 of Wands energy is really important. You being in this victorious state, you winning is important here. Whether that's just because it's an example to others, or if you actually are opening doors for other people. But this is like putting your ego aside. And for me, sometimes that means putting fear aside. It's not so much that you're like so in your ego. It's more like that fear is coming from a place of ego. It's coming from a place of self-preservation. And we can kind of get through that when we just love ourselves. When we just say, you know what? We are fine the way we are. We're perfect the way we are. We are okay with the amount of knowledge that we have, the amount of experience that we have, the amount of maybe even fear and apprehension that we have. We can love ourselves all the way through that, and we can do what we've been called to do. I feel like pulling one more card for you guys. You got Wisdom. Definitely. This is about that inner wisdom. This is about your intuitive knowing about something. Very, very interesting energy for you guys. I think I'm going to wrap your reading up here. It's a yes, and it's a very, very positive yes. So again, depending on how you formed your question, I don't know what answer you were hoping for, but I do think that however this goes, I see a lot of positive change and momentum for you. I see something that's creating a lot of stability for you. So even if that means you have to walk away from something that you thought was stable or something that you were used to, and you are going to take this leap of faith with this Fool energy, I just really feel like this is a positive change for you. I feel like even if some of you don't realize that at first, this is a really positive change for you. This is a change that's opening up a lot of doors, and that's bringing a lot of clarity. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of clarity here. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, number one, and letting me read your cards. If you enjoyed this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again really soon in another reading. Bye. Hi, number two, if you chose the Howlite Heart, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be getting a yes or no answer to the question you have on your mind. So let's jump right in and get into some tarot and get your answer, yes or no, number two. Just keeping your question in your mind as I shuffle. Yes or no, number two. Yes or no? Number two. Yes or no? Ooh, did a card want to come out? Let's see. We have the Temperance card here. So this is a card of balance. It's a card of patience and moderation. This is Sagittarius energy here. Sagittarius energy is really expansive. Something might be expanding. We're going to see how that energy plays with the rest of what comes out for you, but it's very beautiful energy. It feels very calming. I feel like if this is something that's been worrying you a lot, this is kind of just this indication of like, take a deep breath. Like, you're gonna figure this out. You're going to find balance about this. You're going to find that perfect harmony, that perfect balance, that situation that works for you. And this, again, is expansive energy. So this is the energy of expanding without a lot of stress. If this has been stressing you out, this is like dropping that stress. Number two. Yes or no? Wow. Wow. You have, oh my goodness, you have the World card in this deck. It's the Universe. Two major arcana. I'm laughing because of what happened in reading one, so not to give anything away. A lot of strong energy here. A lot of let me get all your cards out here. But this is really really gorgeous energy, especially because what I'm seeing here is like this sense of completion, this sense of expansion, but it's like it's coming with so much ease. So really interesting here. Number two, yes or no? Yes or no, number two? We have the Innocence of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. Wow. I love this energy. I love the newness that's following the World card. The World can talk about coming to a place of endings, coming to a place of completion, moving on to that next phase. And then we have the Innocence of Wands, and that page energy is all about newness. It's all about freshness, new ideas, new passions. I love it. Hold on. Let me get your final card, number 2. Yes or no? Your guides had other plans. Your final 2 cards. We have this Spirit of Pentacles here. This is King of Pentacles energy. These cards came out together. 9 of Swords. Okay. I see why they came out together. This is a yes. A lot of these cards, like even just the Temperance card and the Universe or the World card, would be yeses in my books. You don't have reversals. This is really the energy of being very patient and very stable about something, coming to this place of peace about something. And I feel like that opens up the door. That puts you in this Page of Wands, really curious place. This the Page of Wands is like a very active energy. A really fiery energy. We had Sagittarius energy here with this Temperance, so we might be looking at a Sag. You might be a Sag. We could be looking at like Sagittarius season or something being significant here, but we could also be dealing with Aries or Leo energy. I'm getting strong Sagittarius vibes though from this, to be honest with you. I'm also getting really strong Libra energy off of this reading. The world card can sometimes be associated with Libra energy. I think I've heard people make other associations with it, but we can tie that to Libra. And then with this Temperance card, we actually have the scales depicted in this card. We have this energy of balance, which is so Libra. So a lot of air energy here too. Your answer to this question is yes. And I feel like there's a yes, be patient type of vibe here, because you guys are closing out a cycle and beginning something new. And I feel like with this 9 of Swords energy, some of you could even be putting a period of depression, a period of anxiety, a period of a lot of worry behind you when you transition into this new phase. This is really giving me the energy of like you following a passion here with this Wands energy, this Innocence of Wands energy. It's this feeling of starting out on this new path, letting your passion guide you. There's something that a lot of you have had to close a door on, because this energy of the world, sometimes when we don't understand exactly what cycle we're in, it can feel more painful. It can feel more like pain than growth. But I just have to say, because your guides are like coming through, it's like they're saying it's the same thing. That pain is the feeling of growth. It's the growing pains. So for a lot of you, if you're like in this transitional phase, you're kind of wondering like, where do I go? I almost get this energy of not really knowing which direction to go in at times, especially with this 9 of Swords. Yeah, there could be kind of this energy of like, I'm not really sure where to go next. Your guides are saying the next step for you, the next place to go, is where your passion lies. So if you're making a decision between a couple of different things, this is about starting something new that has to do with something you're passionate about. There's almost this feeling of like you have been patient, you have been responsible, you have almost controlled yourself enough. Does that make sense? Like you've held yourself back from this enough. And I'm not even necessarily getting the feeling that you're like actually held yourself back. For some of you, this could be about like you were taking care of other responsibilities. But it's like that cycle has closed out. There's kind of this feeling of like, this is about you now. This is about you exploring something and you setting out on this new journey. And really kind of this feeling of like, there's no need to worry, because you're being guided. It's so interesting how this Spirit of Pentacles energy is coming through. This is almost like the energy of God, the universe, your guides, your angels, really having your back here and being that stable, that guiding light, like leading you. This is almost like the feeling of like you guys know which direction to go in because your heart tells you so, your excitement tells you so, the joy of it tells you so, and it's kind of this feeling of let this next chapter be, let it be driven by the passion. Set aside the responsibility, set aside the what is this energy here? I get such a stable energy from you guys, like for real. I get such an energy of kind of wanting to do the practical thing at times. And this is like giving me this feeling of this is your time to fly. This is your time to soar. This is your time to not worry about necessarily being so practical. And it's like you're still going to be practical, but it might feel a little bit like you're not. It might feel a little bit like, well, if I follow this crazy idea, what like what's gonna happen? It's interesting you have the World card because the World card can be such a strong indication of travel, and there's several cards in the tarot deck that can indicate travel that might give me that little bit of like, oh, this might be about travel or this might be about moving. But the World card is this is like travel. So if this has to do with travel for you, this could be about going somewhere super far away. This could be about moving somewhere, somewhere that you never really thought that you would, somewhere that it's almost like you didn't think you'd have the courage to do this. So for some of you, it's about moving. For others of you, it's about something else. But this does give me the feeling of like, you didn't necessarily think you'd have the courage to do this. You didn't even necessarily feel like you were, I almost have this feeling of like you were wild enough to try this, like you were crazy enough to put yourself out there in this way. But this is really a push and encouragement to step out of what has felt familiar to you, what has felt stable to you, what has felt safe to you, and to really expand your view here, expand your worldview. This might be about like getting in touch with new information, getting in touch with wow. When your guides completely derail me, some of you, I feel like, I don't know if this is the exact message or if this is like an example that's going to help you apply this message to your life. But for some of you, this is about opening up your, like your view, your scope of possibilities and allowing that passion to drive you into a brand new territory. So the kind of like image or message that came to mind was like online dating or something like that, because I feel like this is about like, maybe you thought this situation wasn't for you, but this world energy is like kind of bringing me to this energy of like the World Wide Web. Like that seems like such an old thing to say. Opening up your possibilities, because you might be like expanding your horizons in a way where you're looking outside of the normal places. Does that make sense? Like you're not necessarily restricting yourself to people who live in your city or town, but you're opening up to all possibilities. And this can even be about opening up to somebody who is at a distance. But this is really about letting that passion drive you, letting that curiosity drive you, just kind of like answering that next question. This also kind of gives me that feeling of researching something. So this is like, you're really diving into something. You're really digging in. I feel like a lot of you are gathering information. This might be kind of the energy of researching. Your guides are saying don't let that research turn into worrying, because sometimes information overload can like get your your brain going, spinning in all kinds of different directions. And they're saying, do not let any kind of research that you have to do about whatever this is, or any kind of information you have to gather. This could even be communication that you receive from someone. Don't let that get in your head, is what they're saying. Don't let it overwhelm you. Remain in this balanced state, this temperance state, but also in this really expansive state. So gather the information, follow the passion, follow that little itch, that little pull, that little tug. Let that lead the way. You know what your guys just said? They said, yes, let that lead. It's almost like your answer is yes, let the passion lead. I'm wondering how you formed your question. This could be about a person. This could be about something that is really standing out to you now as something that you want to pursue, a direction you want to move. And your guides are saying, yes, let the passion lead. So even if you might have to like tweak that to apply it to your situation, but if you're in a situation where there's something that's really calling to you, there's a new chapter you want to start, there's something that you want to leave behind, or there's something that you want to, I feel like you might want to bring a balanced energy to something. You might want to add something on to something that was already existing, and you're kind of wondering, like, can I balance that? Will I be able to find that sweet spot? Will I be able to find moderation? Am I just going to go so far off the deep end here because I'm just letting like my passion run wild, and maybe I won't be responsible, or maybe I won't think of all of the pitfalls? Your guides are saying, no, we've got you. Like, we've totally got you. We are the stability. It's like the universe here. The universe is guiding you. The universe is that stability. It's almost like, just let this unfold for you and follow that thing that you feel passionately pulled toward. Ooh, the devil at the bottom of the deck. We're talking about something that really, wow. The devil can talk about something that's very attractive to you, something that's very, it feels almost like it has you in its hold. It has you in its grasp. Capricorn energy here. Capricorn energy is a very stable energy as well. So it's giving me that earth energy that we're having come through with the Spirit of Pentacles. But yeah, it's kind of this feeling of whatever feels like it got a hold of you and won't let go. It's a full yes for that. It's a full yes, even if it feels like you're leaving something behind, even if it feels like you're making a major transition. It's like this feeling of, you can totally do this. Just keep your head on straight. Stay in that balanced place. There is balance and moderation needed here. I feel like for some of you, you could be like really going hard, like researching something, getting so involved. And it's like, yeah, stay balanced. Let the passion lead. Let me look under this. Yeah, absolutely. The Strength card here. Leo energy, a very determined energy here. I'm going to pull from another deck. Let's see. For some of you, there's a person here, like this is somebody that you feel really drawn to, very attracted to. And there's kind of like this newness, this opportunity. Yeah, your guides keep saying, don't worry. Don't worry. This Knight of Swords energy, the way it came out with the Spirit of Pentacles, it's like, don't worry about this. Don't worry about this decision. Don't agonize over which way to go, because I feel like there's almost this feeling of like you already know. There's this interesting feeling that your guides are giving me of it almost feels like they aren't going to answer your question, even though they already have. But I feel like I'm getting that feeling because they're really wanting you to know that this is a decision that you already know the answer to. Your passion tells you so, and it almost feels like something that you can't let go of. Like something that, yeah, it's just this feeling of like it has you in its grasp. It has you enthralled. It has you curious. It has you excited. And for what that thing is, it's a yes. I'm wondering if your guides are answering the question like that because you may have asked the question about the thing you don't feel this way about. Like for example, let's say I was like contemplating, like, should I go to this school or that school, or should I study this topic or that topic, or something like that, or take this job or that job. And there's one that I really want. There's one that feels new and exciting, and it feels like it would be like a total shift. Like I can put all of this behind me that I've been doing and not loving, and I can go in this direction that feels really good, and I feel really excited about it. But you could have asked it like if I pick the job I don't really want to take, the job that might seem stable, seem dependable, and I'm like, should I stay at this job? And it's like, the answer is no, I shouldn't stay at that job. The answer is yes, I should follow my passion. So apply that to your situation, because I feel like the reason your guides, it's almost like we won't answer that question. So for some of you, you may have asked it where it's like, we don't even want to talk about that. We're done with that. Like that door has closed, that cycle has closed. We're on to this new passionate thing that feels like you can't stop thinking about it. It feels like it brings some sort of balance to your life. It feels like it's the missing piece in a way, because temperance energy can do that for me sometimes. It's the missing piece. It's what restores balance. Sometimes, like if we're not taking very good care of ourselves, for instance, bringing in that self-care element can restore balance to our life. It can make sense out of situations that didn't make sense to us previously. Yeah, I feel like that's the case for some of you. Let's see. I just want to get more clarity about this. What messages do you have for number 2? So we had the Hanged Man and the 9 of Coins. Wow. For some of you, this is coming off of a period of stagnation. I feel like this situation, or contemplating this situation, could have even made you feel stagnant for a little while. It could have made you feel like, I'm not really moving in one direction or the other, because I'm over here contemplating, should I go this way or should I go that way? And then sometimes it just feels frustrating, because it's like, well, I'm not going anywhere because I can't decide which way to go. I can't decide which decision to make. 9 of Coins energy is very, very beautiful energy. This is the energy of pleasure, of having what we most desire in our lives. And this Innocence of Wands is bringing me back to that energy, because it's really saying that this passion is an indication to you of this is something that you desire. This is something that you really want in your life. This is something that's going to make you feel fulfilled, and it's going to make you feel like that wheel is turning, and like that progress is making the universe, the world card. It's a very similar energy to the Wheel of Fortune. It's that feeling of something clicking, turning, moving, progressing, expanding, like we had here in this Temperance energy with that Sagittarius energy of expansion. If you felt like you were stuck, if you felt like you were just kind of like in this place of being in limbo, your guides are telling you that stuck time it's totally okay. It was absolutely needed, so that you could have that clarity, so that you could have that assurance, so that you could feel like things were balanced and gain a new perspective about this. You could see what you really wanted out of this situation from that pause. And really what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a big transition and a new cycle starting for a lot of you. So if you did have to pause in that time in between, closing out this thing and moving on to that thing, that's totally okay. Don't beat yourself up about that. That 9 of Swords energy, don't worry about that, is what they're saying. You needed that time. You needed that clarity. You needed that space to breathe. This could, for some of you, I feel like you're in a transition period that feels a lot like graduating from school or something, and then like not really being sure about what you want to do in terms of work. Even though you may have been studying like this particular thing, you may emerge from that cycle kind of like, what now, and what just happened? And that's totally cool, because we go through periods of time like that where we don't really know. But what I'm seeing here is it's leading to this 9 of Coins. It's leading to this energy of gain and of pleasures, of happiness, of passion. This is like being able to pursue. I feel like saying finally being able to pursue something. a door opening, like a new beginning of something that was stuck and stagnant with this Hanged Man energy, opening up. Yeah, there's balance here for some of you. Bottom of the deck, 6 of coins. Yeah, 6 of coins. There's balance here. So this is like, gosh, with that Temperance energy, there's so much balance here. This might be balance restored in a situation between you and someone else. It felt like it was stagnant before, but there's so much being offered now. Now it's like whatever you pour in, it's poured back into you. It's totally balanced. It's a new cycle. Yeah, it's yes. It's yes if you feel passionate about it. Wow. Okay. I love that you guys got that 6 of coins though. Yeah, that energy of giving and receiving. Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to get some I want to get some more messages for you, some oracle messages, and apparently okay, we have this sword here, swords energy, very mental energy, 9 of swords. This can talk about that worrying, that being in our heads about a situation. And I love the way that this card, I love how this is coming out now, and the fact that the sword is down. The sword being down can indicate coming to a final decision about something, making up our minds about something, and kind of letting that be the final word on the matter. So if this is something where you've been going back and forth, you haven't really been sure, it's like there's a decision being made here. There's clarity being received. Is kind of how that's coming through. You're receiving clarity around the situation, and it's like you've made your decision. I feel like for a lot of you, you've made your decision to move forward. You've made your decision to take that next step, to venture into whatever this new cycle is, and like something's closing out. Something is closing out for you. What other messages do you have for number 2? I can't stop looking at this 9 of coins, this like this kind of circular imagery that's behind her, and like thinking about that cycle that's showing up here with the universe too. This feels like a cycle coming to an end that it's almost like a rite of passage for you. It feels like this is you graduating to the next level. That might be literal for some of you, but this is definitely you kind of stepping up to that next level. And it might have taken a little while for you to like figure everything out, or to kind of figure out what you wanted the next level to be and where you wanted to go. But at this point, it's like the passion leads. The passion tells you where to go. And your guides are saying, don't get in your head about this. Don't get into that, like kind of that energy of the swords, because you do know. What other messages do you have for number 2? Don't overthink it. Feel it, is what your guides are saying. What is all of this? Let's see. We have the hand, and we have the well, and the turtle. This is so interesting, right? As I was saying, don't overthink it, feel it. I feel like that hand, that really kind of gives me the feeling of just that, something that you're going to feel your way through. You're not going to think your way through this. And there's no reason to worry about it. You just kind of have to let your inner guidance, let even your emotions here with this well, going deep into how we emotionally feel about something and letting that propel us forward. I feel like you guys are this turtle. And it's interesting because the turtle here is swimming. And we have this energy of water here, this well energy. So this is about really getting in touch with those emotions, swimming around, getting deep. And I kind of feel like you guys are throwing yourself into something that is emotional for you, it's propelled by passion. It's propelled by this real feeling state. I can't help but notice this, and I just have to say, if you guys have any amethyst handy, your guides are really pointing out amethyst as being a really calming stone for you right now. Even if you don't, purple items like might be really calming for you right now. Just purple clothing, or any kind of jewelry or anything, just something to kind of settle the mind, because I feel like this is a question that might have been plaguing you for a little while. And there's this real feeling of just relax into this, because your passion is going to guide you. And I feel like this is you guys fully immersing yourself in whatever this is, you being the turtle. And what's interesting is, like, with turtle energy, we have this energy of land and stability. We're kind of seeing that with the Spirit of Pentacles. We also have this feeling of deep, emotional, flowy type of energy here. And the turtle can go either way. The turtle can be on land or in water. And with this Temperance energy of this balance, I just kind of feel like maybe you guys have felt more comfortable in one scenario, even if something was calling to you. Like maybe you felt more stable on land, but the water was always kind of calling to you. This is like maybe a strange analogy, but this might just kind of be how this is showing up in your life. Like something may have always been calling to you, but you felt like the stability was what you were familiar with. But I think your guides are letting you know you're very versatile. You have abilities in both of these areas, or in multiple areas of your life. You have the ability to remain grounded and to also get deep into that passion and that emotion. You can do this, and you can be both, is kind of how this is coming through. But there's this call to really immerse yourself in whatever this is. Go deep, communicate fully, communicate deeply, research thoroughly, really get in this and see where it leads you, is this message that's coming through for you. So let's see if we can get some advice for you, number 2, and then we will close out your reading. What messages do you have for number 2, please? We have listen. So this can be about listening to that pull, that guidance. Get inspired. The Innocence of Wands is all about getting inspired. Do that. For a lot of you, I feel like it's research or expanding your view. Get on and see what the possibilities are. Get online, talk to people, believe in yourself, feel. Look at that. Look at that. I can't. Sometimes it just, don't think about this so much. Feel about it. Believe that you can do this. This is what we were saying. You're versatile here. You can do both, or you can walk away from that one thing or that situation or whatever felt stable, whatever. I feel like some of you have kind of reached this level where it's like, it's time to add on this next thing, or it's time to close that door and open a new one. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Believe that passion, that feeling, that kind of like gut feeling about something, believe that, listen to that, listen, feel. Believe it was put there for a reason. Wow, you guys, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Whatever feels like it's got a hold of you and it won't let you go. That could be a person, a place, a thing, whatever it is. The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is pursue it. Feel it. Get all up in your emotions too, because for some of you, that's significant here. Get into your emotions to be able to feel your way through this. You might want to shy away from them, but don't. Dive all the way in. You're the turtle, swimming, fully immersed, all in that emotional place. So yeah, believe that you can do this. Believe it's all happening for a reason. Wow. I gotta go. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you enjoyed this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I'll see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number 3. If you chose the Apophyllite and Stillbite, this is going to be your reading. We're going to get you a yes or no answer to the question on your mind. So I'm going to jump in with some tarot. Go ahead and keep that question in your mind as I shuffle. And we will see what message Spirit has for you today. Is it a yes or a no to the question on your mind? Number 3. Ooh. We have the deck. Split decision. Let's see. Deck's acting a little bit weird here. Number 3. Is it a yes or a no, number 3? Is it a yes or a no? If your question has something to do with blending two sides together, combining two things, this can be like blending your life with someone, blending families with someone, combining two ideas, something like that, or trying to figure out how to make two things work. That's just already coming through here, that there might be kind of like this energy of wanting to blend two things together, wanting to combine two ideas together, or this could even be deciding between two things that seem mutually exclusive. So it might be that it seems like if you make this decision, it's automatically a no for the other one, and vice versa. So that could be where the what's making this decision difficult for you. That's just a little bit on how the deck was behaving. So some intuitive messages coming through with that. We have the 3 of Wands here. We have the Hanged Man. Okay. I feel like there's a little bit of like this energy of, do I want to go that way? Do I want to try that thing? Do I want to grow in that direction? Am I ready for that challenge? Number 3, yes or no? Pisces energy with that Hanged Man. I feel like March is significant for some of you for some reason. It could even be about a trip in March or around there. Yeah, really interesting. I feel like in 3 months' time, or for some of you, it could be literally the 3rd month, that March might be significant here. And there could even be something that you're waiting on. You might be waiting until March to try to make a decision or to hear back. You might be finding out about this thing in March. So this might be something you don't know about for some of you. Alternatively, in 3 months' time, whenever you're watching this video, it could be that you're finding out about this, or you feel like you're kind of on hold about this for around 3 months. Yes or no, number 3. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Some of you are waiting to find out gosh, this is such interesting energy. For some of you, you might be waiting on more information. It could be that you're really not making a decision because you're trying to figure out if this choice is right for you. If there's something you're not seeing or some information that you're not privy to. This could even be, there could be some information that you feel like might be hidden from you. And it's almost like you're like afraid to make this choice, or you are holding back making a final decision about this until you have these facts. Because I feel like there's something about this. It's like you're not sure if maybe somebody has been dishonest with you, if there's a piece of this puzzle that you don't know, if there's maybe like new situations ahead of you that you are afraid that you haven't really accounted for. This could be kind of a worry of yours, like I haven't accounted for that, or I don't even know what to account for because this is a brand new situation. So there's almost this feeling of being in this place of in between, being caught in between about something. I want to get one more card out here. Yes or no, number 3. Yes or no, number 3. There's this feeling of like not having the whole story on something. Yes or no, number 3. Four of Cups. Yes, there's definitely a feeling here of being kind of in this state of non-movement, of contemplating, kind of feeling out how you want to approach the situation, what you want your next step to be. Maybe even this feeling of wanting to gather all of the information, all the facts, get that green light, get that reassurance before you move forward. Now, with this Seven of Swords energy coming up in the reverse, this is actually super, super interesting here, because what I'm seeing is really a mixture of energies between the yes and the no, but it's almost like I hear Spirit telling you it's a yes, and it's almost like you're telling yourself it's a no. And it's not necessarily, I don't think for a lot of you, that you even want it to be a no. This is coming from a lack of belief. For some of you, it's also coming from maybe a lack of information, or feeling like you can't trust this, like you can't trust this situation, or you can't trust this person, or you're just not trusting this to turn out in your favor. And it feels to me like there's a piece of information that you're waiting on. So this could be like you're waiting to hear a certain thing from somebody. You're waiting for that confirmation from somebody before you're able to move forward. Three of Wands energy is about moving forward, making that decision, putting things into motion. But you have two cards here that are all about not moving, waiting, gaining a new perspective, getting clarity. Yeah, this is very interesting. I feel like for a lot of you in this situation where you feel like you might not have enough information here, I'm sort of getting the vibe that you actually do have the information, but there could be a need for you to wait. And like I was saying, this idea of 3 months or March is showing up for a lot of you. So this doesn't feel to me like a long wait. This isn't saying like, oh, you need to wait until next year before you can pursue this, or before this thing will happen. It's not like that at all. I think that within just a little bit of time, for a lot of you, just in a few months, you're going to feel like you have enough clarity to move forward. This can even be for some of you that you're going to feel like you have enough energy to move forward, because this could be something that's like you kind of feel like you're burned out on it, or like you just can't take this on right now. There's kind of that vibe. But I do feel like for those of you that feel like you don't have the information, or almost like you're worried that someone has been dishonest with you, or that someone has not provided all the information. I just keep hearing that someone or something that you almost feel is running from you. That's not actually the case. And it's like you're going to find that out in around 3 months. This is like very, very interesting. I'm going to get some bottom of the deck energy. Yeah, Nine of Swords. So there's some worry about this. There's some worry that the clarity's not there, that all of the information isn't there for you. I want to read this almost as a no, and that's only because I feel like there's information that you need. There's clarity that you need. There's a decision that you need to make. But what your guides are saying is when you've made this decision, or when you've gotten this information, it's all about growing with this. It's all about expanding in this way. What's so interesting is a recurring theme in all of the readings so far is there's been at least one indication of some form of travel. And for me, travel doesn't always mean like actually packing our bags and traveling. It can mean moving or traveling or something like that, but sometimes it doesn't mean that. Sometimes this is about how we are wanting to expand, like what the next place, even metaphorically, that we want to venture to or travel to. It's like us having identified that. And I feel like there's this, you see how there's really not a lot of color out here for you guys, and the only color is here. This is almost like moving toward this this really fiery energy. This feels like moving toward the sun, moving toward something that makes you happy, lights you up, something you've put plans in motion about. But there is this feeling of a delay, and this might be by choice, or this could be a situation that felt delayed. It just felt like it was being held back from you. It just felt like it was being delayed or stalled. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let's clarify this further. There's kind of this feeling here. Your guides are saying something about something being tricky. So this could be like, this could be a person in your life, someone that you felt like maybe wasn't being honest with you. Maybe they were keeping things from you. Maybe there's information you don't have and you're kind of waiting around for them. This can also be a situation in your life that feels, it feels uncertain. It feels like it is, like I was saying, tricky. It feels like something that's like, this will be really difficult for me to figure out. This might be impossible for me to figure out. This might be impossible for me to do. And with this Seven of Swords energy in reverse, your guides are saying it is not difficult for you to figure it out. It is not impossible for you to figure it out. The information is available to you, or kind of this message of like, you are smart enough and you are capable enough to figure this out. But it really might require a period of stillness for you, because there's two indications here of being still. But we also have this overall energy over here with like a totally different vibe. This Three of Wands is giving me a different vibe than the rest of the cards of this expansion. So this is why I almost feel like your answer is not right now, but in a little while, like in a few months time, it's a yes. And right now it might be a no, but I feel almost like this is a no on your part. In a way, it's like something that you want to hold off on or hold back on, or there's information that you are waiting on. Let's see what other clarity we can get from this. Number 3, yes or no? Yes or no, number 3? We have the 8 of Coins. Something's not ready yet. So the example that's coming to mind is like if you were going to launch something. Let's say you were going to release your music out to the world, or you were going to launch a new website, something you're putting a lot of work and attention and focus on. This could be a relationship that you want to blossom, and you've put a lot of work, or you're putting the work in. It's almost this feeling of it's not quite ready yet. It's like it's a no right now, but not for long. You see the way this 8 of Coins over the 3 of Wands, it's like this is plans put into motion. So there might be a need for you to do some work behind the scenes, gather information behind the scenes, work on that song a little bit more, that type of thing. And it's like there's this opportunity for this to be released, for it to blossom, for this to grow in just a little while. This is so interesting. Let's see. Get some clarity for number 3, yes or no, please. 2 of Cups. For a lot of you, I do get the feeling that this has to do with a relationship. And if this is someone who you have wondered if you can trust them, if you can depend on them, wondered if they're being honest with you, this is someone you can trust. I feel like this information might not be revealed to you for a little while. So you could even be thinking that this person had deceived you in some way. You could be thinking that this relationship has been on hold because of this person's deception, or because they're not being honest and open with their feelings. You might even be in this Four of Cups energy where you're kind of wondering, is this even something that I want? And this doesn't have to be a relationship. This can be anything in your life where it's like you're kind of wondering, do I have all the facts here? Do I have the information? Is my idea and feeling about this right? Is the plan that I put into action, is that what I should go with? Like, should I keep moving forward with this plan, or should I just kind of just hit pause? And I feel like your guides are saying to hit pause right now. Two of Cups energy is the energy of something flowing in perfect harmony. So this is like, this is yes, this, whatever this is, whatever this question is that you have, this is going to flow in harmony. This is going to be something that you can partner with, a person you can partner with, an idea you can partner with. And that's coming. I do want to pull, let me peek at the bottom of the deck, and I want to pull you, yeah, Seven of Cups. There's a lot of different choices here. And the Seven of Cups, along with the Seven of Swords, it's sort of that energy. With the Seven of Cups, we can feel like we're being deceived. We can feel like our decision might have been wrong. Like we didn't have all the facts when we made the decision, or we didn't know the reality of the situation when we put the plan in place. With this Eight of Coins here, this even makes me think that in some situations, it's like this feeling of, I didn't know how much work this was going to be when I started out. I didn't know how hard this was going to be when I started doing this. I didn't know I needed all this information, or just kind of like I wasn't sure how this was going to unfold. But with this Two of Cups here, this is that feeling of this thing or this person is going to meet you right where they need to, or right where it needs to. It's going to be on, see, I want to say it's going to be on the same page as you, but it's almost like I feel like things are going to line up. But there's this minute of a pause before things can line up. Let's see here. Seven of Coins. Exactly. Yeah, that's total clarity on that. The Seven of Coins, or the Seven of Pentacles, is about having the patience to kind of accept that delayed success. I feel like the success that comes from this is bigger and better than what you have even imagined. Seven of Swords, it's like you haven't even necessarily seen this clearly, and you might only be looking at the part of the situation that feels stalled, or the part of the situation that feels so confusing to you that you don't really want to move forward with it, or where you kind of feel like you're unable to move forward with it. But this is about delayed success, delayed gratification. And a lot of times with the Seven of Coins or the Seven of Pentacles, we see a harvest that is even better than what we imagined. We see something paying off better than what we imagined, because we kind of waited for things to line up. You guys, this is actually happening relatively soon for a lot of you. And it's just a matter of like, stay focused and put in that work. The behind the scenes work. I feel like this is a yes to behind the scenes work. So if this is about work like that you're doing on yourself, or work that you're doing in a relationship, maybe things you need to do to polish something up before it goes out into the world, like those final touches. There's an opportunity coming, and that little bit of time that you have to nurture this, in that time, is what's going to make this a full yes. I think a lot of you are getting clarity on something, and you might even add to something. The kind of the image that's coming to mind is like if you were working on something with your hands, or working on some like artistic pursuit. Music keeps coming to mind for some reason, and it's almost like there's this feeling of you're going to sit with, let's do music. Let's say that you have written this song and you want to release it, but it kind of feels like it kind of feels like it's not the right time, or it feels like opportunities aren't there. Or you might just have this feeling of, this doesn't feel quite complete, but I'm not really sure what to do with it. Or this idea that I'm formulating, it doesn't feel complete, but I'm not really sure what to do with it. I'm not really sure where to go. This is about you sitting with that, and it's like there's a spark here. That's what this Three of Wands is about, and this little light here. There's a spark that's going to help you to put the finishing touches on this, or to put your final request in. And it's like the universe is conspiring behind the scenes to kind of line things up for you. I want to say this is a not yet, which is, it's kind of a strange answer because we're talking yes or no. So I guess that would fall into maybe. But this really doesn't feel like maybe this thing is going to happen, or maybe this is the right decision. It doesn't feel like that. It really feels like this isn't the right thing right now. It's not time yet. It's almost like this, this hasn't reached maturity yet. This fruit isn't fully formed and it's not ready to be plucked, but it will be ready to be plucked. Two of Wands here, yeah. So more decisions, and the Two of Wands is about making those plans, whereas the Three of Wands is about starting to execute them. So behind the scenes, you guys are making plans about something, or you're formulating your ideas about something. You're gaining more clarity about it, and you might be in a period of stagnancy, but that's okay, because the payoff is actually going to be a lot better, a lot bigger. This is really interesting energy. I didn't really expect this. It's actually really exciting because I have this feeling with the Seven of Coins. It kind of gives me this feeling of like maybe starting to get impatient, starting to lose hope, starting to wonder, starting to maybe look into other options or something like that. Like starting to almost feel like, well, I'm going to trash my plans that I had. I had these plans. I thought I would execute on them, but I guess it's not going to happen. And this is like, no, it is going to happen. And it's going to happen even better than you thought. For a lot of you, there are like some pleasant surprises around the corner. The Four of Cups can indicate surprises being like gifted to us, offerings that we did not expect. And that can come after a period of stillness. It can come after a period of like things not moving. So let's get some oracle messages and see what else is here for you, number 3. Your guides are wanting me to like say all the things. So we're talking yes or no, and they're giving me the energy of maybe, not yet, soon, almost. You're almost there. If this is like, see, I just heard it's like almost this feeling of if you were wondering even how someone feels about you. Because that's the energy this is giving me. How does this person feel about me? There's kind of this feeling of they've been holding back their feelings. They've been withholding this information, and it could have even felt like it was creating kind of like a stagnant situation. They've been holding something back. Seven of Swords in the reverse, this information is coming to light. They may have thought that they were even like tricking themselves here, trying to talk themselves into not wanting to accept these feelings. This is a very specific message for some of you, this portion of it, but I feel like you might be able to apply that to whatever this situation is. Yeah. I even feel like for some of you, there's an opportunity here where you may feel like you've been overlooked, or like this isn't going to work out. And the message I'm seeing here is you haven't been overlooked, or this opportunity isn't off the table. It's just, it's like it needs more time to formulate. It's like the offer that will come back is better than you even imagined. You have not been forgotten about. Your plans are not thwarted. Who says that? Who says that? I don't feel like that's a word that I typically use, but it's like your plans have not been ruined. They have not been destroyed. The work that you're putting in behind the scenes, it's all paying off. You're waiting for something to grow. I feel like a lot of you, you're waiting for something to grow. And you could have even, ooh, wow, okay. You could have even, yeah, that kind of went, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. There's a lot of messages coming through here. I just feel like some of you, while you're waiting for something to grow, you could have even turned down other opportunities. You could have closed yourself off to other opportunities in the meantime. And that could be anything. It could be like you really have your eye on this particular company you want to work for, and you've gotten other offers and you have not accepted any of these positions. You're waiting to hear back, and you kind of feel like, oh, maybe I'm waiting in vain. Maybe I'm waiting for nothing. Maybe I'm waiting on this person for nothing. Maybe I'm waiting on this clarity for nothing. Maybe I'm waiting on this opportunity to come through for nothing. And no, that is not the case. And I feel like if there are things that you feel like, oh, I may have missed out on an opportunity because I was waiting for this, your guides are saying do not dwell on any opportunities that have come and gone. If your heart was set on this, if your plans were set on this, see it all the way through. We have the lock coming out. I'm going to pull another card for you. Number 3. Because I really feel like this lock for you guys is representing that stall. Things not moving. It could feel like things were locked in place. It could feel like you're at a standstill. And the moon. Ooh. There are secrets here, is how I want to put it. But the Seven of Swords shows me secrets coming to light. So there's something you don't know. There's opportunities being orchestrated behind the scenes that you don't see. There's I feel like for some of you, there's even like talks of you that you don't know about. Which that's coming across so weird. It's like almost like if like you applied for a position and you think they totally like didn't even look at your resume. It's like, no, they've been talking about it. They've been discussing this. They've been thinking, wow, this person, like I can't stop thinking about that person. I think this person is right. It's like you're coming up in conversation. You're coming up in someone's thought process. And these are all things that you don't know about. I feel like this is so interesting, the way this is depicted, because you see the way that on this lock, the key is actually in the lock. It's like in the hole of the, I don't know what it's called. The key's already in there, but the lock is still locked. You have the key. Like it feels like the pieces are in place. The work has been done. It's like everything's unfolding behind the scenes. You haven't seen it yet, but the key's already in the lock. This is such a good indication to me that it's like, now that key's going to turn and the movement's going to start happening. The motion's going to start happening. These plans are going to start being put into motion. I can't remember if I've already said this because your guides are like, yep, at me, and it's hard to get it all out. But, for some of you, your guides are saying keep working on it because, okay, so it's almost like, let's say you were a painter and you were working on this masterpiece and you wanted like your art displayed in this great gallery and all these people were going to see your work and it was going to be fabulous. And so you applied to have your art displayed and you haven't heard back. And it's like you start to lose hope and it's like you stopped painting the painting. Well, your guides are saying when this opportunity comes through, the last thing you want is for the painting to not be complete. So keep going, because when this happens, you're going to be ready if you keep working on it. Keep working on that music. Keep honing your skills. Keep working on yourself if that's what this is about for some of you. Keep doing everything that you've been doing, even if it doesn't seem like it's working out. I just heard keep your grades up. Because this might be about like getting accepted, getting a position, some sort of internship or something for some of you. I'm going to pull you one more card. Don't know why. Just feel called to do that. Number 3. Yeah. It's going to feel like a stroke of good luck. You guys got the clover. It's going to feel like good luck. It's going to feel like all of a sudden this is happening now. This is happening. And you're going to be prepared because you put in the work. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't give up on it just because you haven't heard anything or just because it doesn't look like things are moving. You're gaining so much clarity, and the stuff that you're working on or whatever's happening in the meantime before you really get the indication that like this is a go, it's going to be better because of the delay. It's like the feelings are stronger, the desire is stronger, the work is better, the end product is more polished because of the delay. Let's pull you just some advice before we wrap up your reading number 3. Let's see. It says, learn to love again. I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with this 2 of Cups energy. So this might be about coming together with somebody. 2 of Cups talks about partnerships. It can even talk about like the deepening of a romantic connection. So this could be like a stronger commitment. This could even be like a marriage or a proposal or something like that. I feel like for some of you, this is like learning to love a thing again, learning to even love that plan again. If you gave up on it, it's like at one time it excited you and now you're like, I don't know about this anymore. Oh my goodness. Let me try to finish my thought before I get all involved in that. Wow. Kind of recommitting to something is what this feels like to me. Recommitting to this idea, but really knowing that you're doing it for the right reasons because you've had the chance to gain perspective. Then you guys had think it through and straight to you. I feel like this think it through energy is about the Hanged Man. It's about the 4 of Cups. This is giving you time to know for sure that this is what you want, to know for sure this is the direction you want to move in, or in some cases to know what direction you want to move in, because this pause is letting you gain clarity about that. Potentially not hearing back, or things not moving, or your plans not coming to fruition exactly when you thought they were going to, allows you to refine your request a little bit. And when it's all said and done, which for a lot of you, I mean, straight to you, this is not taking long. When it's all said and done, what's coming into your life is better than you had planned. And the delay was part of it. The delay was the magic. That's so interesting, because it can seem like the delay is like the problem. It's the hindrance. It's like, all I want is the delay to go. But it's like the work that you've done in the meantime. For a lot of you, this is work you did on yourself with this moon energy. This is about like really getting in touch with your intuition, really getting in touch with your deeper emotions, learning to live in sync with yourself in some way. That is going to prepare you. That is going to make this so much sweeter. And then it's like, it starts looking like, oh, you're just so lucky this opportunity came right to you. You guys know whether like you really feel like, oh yeah, I'm so lucky I had to wait, or I had to work really hard for this, or I had to like really struggle with this decision. But it's like, once you've made up your mind, it's on. It is on. Yeah. The delay, it just gives you more time to focus. It just gives the situation more time to, you know how it's coming through? And you know, it's at the bottom of the deck, daydream. It's like, it gives you more time to refine your vision, but it's kind of coming through as like, this is more time to sweeten the deal. So whatever that means to you, like something's getting better in the delay. Even if that's your delay in making this decision, by the time you know what the right choice is, you know for sure. You have like solid evidence when you know. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for you, number 3. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you enjoyed this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to hit like, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number 4. If you chose the selenite, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be getting a yes or no answer to the question that you have today. So I'm going to jump right in with some tarot. Go ahead and think about the question that you have while I shuffle the cards. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Number 4. Yes or no, number 4. We have the Wheel of Fortune. That came right out. This is card 10. For some reason, I feel called to say that, so I don't know if the number 10 is significant to you, or if this really is about you closing out a certain cycle, beginning a new cycle in your life, completing something, because 10s can represent a feeling of completion. I did hear perfect 10 when this came out, so I don't know what that's about, because this could be something that you are viewing as a perfect 10. This could be a person that you're viewing as a perfect 10, a situation in your life that you're viewing as a perfect 10, but this could also be how you are being seen. So if your question is something about, are you being seen in like a favorable light, or are things leaning toward going the way that you want them to? And we have the Wheel of Fortune shoot right out. I have a feeling about this already, even though we haven't seen the rest of your energy. Yeah, there's kind of a feeling of something changing, and it did come through as a perfect 10. The Wheel of Fortune, in its upright position especially, is a very, very positive card and would be a yes indication to me. But the wheel also kind of means that situations are out of our control. This is about even when we have really good luck or good fortune, it's like it's good luck because it wasn't anything we did. It was something that just happened. So the wheel turns both ways. So I still feel like, let's look at the rest of the energy and kind of see what's going on here. It goes it turns in our favor, and sometimes not so much. Sometimes things are beginning, and sometimes things are coming to an end. This situation in some way may be out of your hands or out of your control. Let's get the camera to focus with this kind of energy. But it's a really, really positive sign, especially with that message of perfect 10 coming out. I do want to mention that the fixed signs are associated with the Wheel of Fortune. So we have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius energy coming out with this card. Let's see what else we have for you, number 4. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So much like circular energy here already coming out, like this energy of cycles. There's newness beginning here. We were talking about closing out a cycle. So funny how I feel like one of the other readings had this kind of energy of something ending and something beginning. The Wheel of Fortune can talk about a turning point. So this might be like, your question might have something to do with marking like a turning point in a situation, in a relationship. That time when something really and officially changes, like almost like this mark in time. You know how it's coming through? It's coming through as an anniversary. So for some of you, and kind of take that, just take that example and apply it to your situation. But it would be like if you were waiting for a relationship with someone to change, and then it's like there's an actual date in time when this changes, and it's like a date that you remember. It's a turning point. It's like you mark that date, like I don't want to say a date, but such and such date was the day that we were finally official, or the day that this thing actually started, the day it became real. Because we have this Ace of Pentacles here, so this earthy energy here, the day that something became real is coming out as significant for you guys, a real turning point. Let's see what else. Number 4. Number 4. Yes or no? We have the Spirit of Swords. That would be King of Swords energy. Wow. King of Swords energy is very, very direct. Yeah, very direct. Let's get another card out here. It's funny because we were talking about like a specific date, and I feel like with the King of Swords, it's very all swords energy, but especially when we get into like these more mature forms of swords energy, it's very direct, it's very pointed, it's very precise. The King of Swords will tell you exactly what you need to know, exactly what you need to hear, give you the information and the guidance that you need, help you to think clearly, that type of thing. So it's like there's really clear thought and very direct, purposeful, I don't want to call this movement, but that's the word that's coming to mind. But there's something very purposeful about this, very, very pointed, very sure. Number 4. No, number 4. Wow. Okay, we have the Innocence of Wands here, so this would be the Page of Wands, but it came out with another card, the Justice card. So I'm going to keep those together. The Justice card is like a win-win is how this is coming through. It's a win-win situation. It's kind of like, wow, I just heard the truth comes out, or there's this feeling, especially with the King of Swords. It's like something it's very direct, and it's very precise. And I wonder why this idea of a date. Because, I'm thinking of this as a calendar date, but for some of you, this might be like a date as in like going out with someone. This could have something to do with a date. And if there is like, especially if this is scheduled already, because, I'm seeing like this whole calendar situation. If this is already scheduled, this is like a real sign that this date, it might seem like it's just like a casual thing, like a no big deal thing, but it's a turning point. And there's something real that comes of it. Everything I'm seeing here would be an indication of a yes answer. And this is a very positive feeling yes. I already got that like as soon as the Wheel of Fortune came out, and the Wheel of Fortune is a card representing yes. But, I wanted to see, because you never know what other energies are out here, and the wheel is about situations that are out of our control, so you never really know. But we had that message of a perfect 10. This is something that's a perfect fit for you guys in some way. Something that almost like it feels like it should be yours. And this might have to do with a person, this might have to do with a situation in your life, but it's a win-win situation. So it's like all parties involved in this are going to benefit positively. For some of you, this could be about like a collaboration, working with somebody, especially with this Page of Wands. This might be you working on something that you're really passionate about, or you're kind of like hooking up with people who share these similar interests. And it's like, it's a win-win for you guys to work together. You share these common interests. You might be into the same thing, or you might have complementary skills. It might be like, well, I'm really good at, whatever. Like it literally could be anything. Like I'm really good at the business side of things and you're really creative. So if we come together, it's like it's gonna be a win-win for us to work together. Take that as it resonates, but I feel like this is a situation where multiple people benefit, and where there is kind of a passion involved. Yeah, I like this. I really like this energy. It feels like something becoming very real, something becoming very solid. I also am getting strong indications of communication for some of you. So it might be that you've been waiting to hear back from someone, and that's what's going to make it solid. That's what's going to start this new beginning. We have this Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, all aces are about a new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles to me is this is about something coming into physical form more so than the other aces in the deck, because the other aces, like, they could represent something like a new idea, a new passion emerging, that type of thing. And although the Ace of Pentacles can kind of encompass all of that as well, this is really the kind of the indication of it becoming very real. So this isn't just an idea that you have. It's not just a new idea and like you're going to pursue the idea and see where it leads. This feels like this is now starting to take form. This is starting to take shape in some way. The Ace of Pentacles can also talk about like an investment or money coming in. So this could be like you really starting to pour into something, you really investing in something. I just heard putting your money where your mouth is. So I don't know. It could be like really you're making like a financial investment towards something you might be putting a lot of money into, like the pursuit of a passion. It could be your education. It could be a course you want to take. It could be like putting a down payment on something, but whatever this is, if this is like a financial investment, this could also be like money coming your way. It's like this is really laying the groundwork for more to come. I'm gonna look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Innocence of Swords here, so more Page energy. This is it's so cool because I feel like something very solid is happening in your life. And that's leading to these energies, like this Page energy, this newness. And the Ace is kind of giving me that feeling as well, because aces are about new beginnings. I really, really, really like this energy, and I feel like this is super positive energy for you guys. Like, yeah, that's really positive energy. Did we mention Libra energy here? There's something your guides want me to say about this Justice card that I must not have said yet. Okay, so they're taking me back to this idea of the truth coming out or communication about something with the Spirit of Swords. There might be something revealed to you, but it's like this thing, it creates this feeling of balance. It's almost like if you invested in something and you were kind of waiting to see if that investment would pay back. And it's like you getting that return on investment. That brings the balance to the situation. And I also feel like if there's investments that you're making and you're kind of wondering, like, should I make this investment? Should I put my time and energy and focus and resources and money or whatever it might be into this thing? Should I pursue this? The fact that this is coming out as Justice energy combined with the Innocence of Wands, it kind of tells me that it's like, this is going to balance out. It's going to pay off. Even if you have to make an investment up front, it will be balanced. It will be worth it. And if there's some investment you've made, like maybe you've invested in a person, in a situation, and you are kind of wondering if that investment is going to pay off. Yes, we're seeing balance here. We're seeing a win-win. So I'm going to clarify this a little bit more, just to see what else we can get from this. What other information can we extract from this? Number 4. There's some message about two sides of the same coin coming through here. So I don't know if that's about you and someone else. This could be about you in another situation, but there is kind of this feeling of like these things being one in some way, and like really balancing each other out, really providing a lot of strength and stability, and letting almost like your skill sets are really complementary to each other. And this might not be another person. This could be that your skill sets are really complementary to, let's say, a particular job or a particular passion you want to pursue. It's like you have exactly what it takes to do this thing, and this thing is exactly what you need like in your life to like find that balance. Yeah, there's this feeling of like it's a good match. That's a good fit. Wow. Okay. Let's see what other messages want to come through for you. Number 4. We have the 3 of Cups. Oh my gosh. I love that, you guys. This is showing a lot of support. This is showing that kind of complementary energy that we were just talking about. So there's a circle of support for you. There's this can be friends, this can be family members, this can even be opportunities for some of you. And it's a very celebratory energy. So seeing that with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like things turn, things start to click into place. And there's this energy of celebrating this newness, celebrating this opportunity, celebrating how perfectly these things go together. It's a good fit. I just keep saying that. It's a good fit. I feel like if you are like waiting for a position, like waiting to hear back about a position or something, you might literally hear that from like whoever's hiring you. Like, we really think you're a good fit for the company or something like that. We have the Fool and the 6 of Swords. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of newness. There's an opportunity here. There's like this energy of moving away from the old, making a transition. Like, it's time. It just feels like that's what this wheel energy is. It's like, it's time. And I'm back to that perfect 10, because that's that feeling too of like, it's a match. Like, yeah, it's a match. Wow. There's this feeling of taking a leap, leaving something behind in the past, like taking everything with you that you gained from that situation, taking everything that you learned. And I feel like with this energy of the Wheel of Fortune, because like I was saying, the Wheel of Fortune can be, sometimes luck is in our favor and luck is on our side, and sometimes it's not. And we know that we've been in positions when the wheel energy has been reversed, and it just kind of feels like everything's going wrong, and like, is this ever going to work out for me? And I feel like if you've been in that place where you've had the wheel kind of work the other way, where it wasn't a perfect 10, it wasn't a perfect fit, the 6 of Swords talks about kind of taking these lessons that we learned with us, knowing that our journey was perfect the way that it was, that these were the experiences we needed to have, these were the lessons we needed to learn, this is the information we need to have as we take this next leap. And it's like that energy tenfold here. It's this energy of like, you learned so much during the time that it didn't seem like luck was on your side, during the time that it was always a no, and it was never really a perfect fit. So it's so interesting with these readings, because it's like, I don't know what answer you're hoping for, but I can tell you that this is really, really positive energy. And even if it means that you have to walk away from something and dive into something that's completely unknown to you, it's going to be a win-win for all parties involved. It might be a win-win-win-win-win, depending on how many parties are involved here. But it's like, you have something to offer. And I think your skill set, your experience, your growth, it's all lining up perfectly for a new opportunity. So if it does mean moving away from something, if it does mean making a scary trip, For some of you, it could be a little bit scary, but it's like you can feel that you're moving toward your joy. You can feel that moving toward this new path. There's so much newness, you guys. Ace of Pentacles and the Fool, moving toward, and the Innocence of Wands, which is Page of Wands, very new type of energy. Moving toward this is the way that you need to go, because the Six of Swords, this is a transition, and it's a necessary transition, and you might see that, but sometimes we don't see that it is necessary. This is such positive energy. This is such positive energy, though. Okay. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands energy, 9 of Cups. It feels like the burden was heavy in the past. It feels like there were times that like luck was not on your side. So like you've been through it. But now it's time for this new journey, this new expression, this new experience. And there's a real feeling of support and celebration around this. I'm going to pull you some oracle cards and see what other messages want to come through for you. Number 4. Yep, we have card flip, but we had the Eye. Wow. I feel like you guys are just seeing it so clearly now. There's something you're seeing clearly, and I feel like for a lot of you, it has to do with the Six of Swords energy. You might see clearly that it's time for a transition. Your intuition is being sharpened here. Yeah. Your intuition is sharp about this. I really do feel like a lot of you, like you've either felt this coming, or you've already seen some movement here. Wow, okay. We have the Snake and the Heart. Wow. So snakes for me are all about transformation and kind of this feeling of like infinite possibilities. It's interesting because we were looking at this kind of circular or like cyclical type of imagery that came out right at the beginning of your reading. And I often see snake energy like that because sometimes we'll see snakes depicted like eating their own tail. So they're forming that kind of that cycle. So there's this feeling of like transformation, newness, shedding an old skin. Gosh, I feel like you guys, I feel like this Fool here, I feel like this is about this heart-centered energy. I feel like this leap of faith, whatever this is, this new journey, this new beginning in a way, I feel like this has to do with heart-centered energy. This has to do with really getting in touch with your heart, knowing what your heart wants, and really tapping into that intuition. I'm getting all sorts of messages about intuition here, and like you knowing it. It's almost like you could feel this. You can feel this this shift and this transition with this. Such interesting energy here. I'm going to pull you some advice. It's weird how you're reading. It's like, I just feel like there's something your guides want me to see, and then we'll go from there. Because I do feel like there's something else here. Let's see, what messages do you have for number 4, please? Ooh. Okay. this is almost what I was feeling like there might be something more with the snake. I was holding back on that because it's not a negative energy that I'm feeling with it. But with this smooth talker, there are a couple of different ways that I interpret this energy. Sometimes this can be the energy of somebody who like deceives us, or a situation that deceives us. So what I think we're looking at here is that past energy we were talking about, with the bottom deck energy being that 10 of Wands. We were talking about the wheel sometimes like not turning in our favor, or having experienced when the wheel isn't turning in our favor, when things don't seem to be going our way. And it's giving me this energy of like when things were deceptive, when it seemed like the situation was going to be good and then it wasn't, when somebody talked us into doing something that wasn't in alignment with our heart. And sometimes the snake can be seen that way because there's like, you know, like the whole Garden of Eden type of energy there. Sometimes a snake is depicted. I love snakes, you guys. So I don't just inherently view a snake as like a negative message, and I doubt that many of you do either. But I feel like there have been situations where it seemed, yeah, that, okay, I see the message here, and I see why your guides wanted me to kind of like hold on a minute, because I think that there are situations in your past. Oopsie, I'm so sorry. I was trying to get comfortable and hang out with you guys, and I really hit the table. I feel like there's been situations in your past where it like seemed like it was full steam ahead, and it turned out that it was like, it was somebody like representing this smooth talker energy. And this doesn't have to be a person. It's like an opportunity. It could be an opportunity that seemed really good. It seemed like it was going to be great. It seemed like it was going to be a win-win, and it wasn't. And now this opportunity is really coming to you. And I feel like this happened from you following your heart. Your angels have been really watching out for you. And your angels are still with you. So it feels like even opportunities that have fallen through in the past, it might have seemed like a disappointment, but really I'm getting the message that it's like, it was sort of all fluff. It was somebody or some situation that was just telling you everything you wanted to hear. It was like a get rich quick kind of scheme type of energy, you know, where it's like someone presents you with this opportunity that's just like, oh, it's going to be great. You're going to make millions of dollars, and you're going to not have to do anything. And you're going to, you know, all of these things. And you're like, yeah, sign me up. And then it turned out like, that's not it. Or someone appears in your life and you think, oh, this person is perfect. That perfect 10 we were talking about. And then it turned out that wasn't it. But now I feel like you're moving into this energy of, like, now it actually is. So I feel like there's this message of like, trust it, even if in the past it seemed like it, and then it wasn't it. Even if you had to make these difficult transitions. We have the dream at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, even if you've had to make some difficult choices and transitions to get to that place of the dream. I feel like you guys are moving into this energy of newness that really feels like it's in alignment with your heart. It really feels like this is a situation where you can be like, this is a win. This is a win. Let's get another message for you. Number 4. Gosh. No more waiting. I have that feeling. We also have spiritual growth. And gosh, why did you guys gift from above? You guys have so many cards. I'm going to read you the rest of these. Blossom, dare to dream, heal, prove it, and when you least expect it. So there's a surprise element to this, and we were totally getting that from the beginning, because the Wheel of Fortune, like I was saying, these are events that are out of our control. Like these are events that can surprise and delight us. So there is a surprise element. There is this element of like, here's the gift from above, angels. Gosh, you guys. So it's a transition. There is a transition here. There's a transition into newness. There may be even the sense of moving away from something that that felt secure, because the Six of Swords shows someone leaving their home, leaving the things that were familiar to them, but they're headed off toward a much better situation, a much more a situation that's in alignment a lot more. So this really does, it feels like an opportunity that just kind of comes out of nowhere. It feels like this newness, and it does feel to me like something that you've been waiting for. Like you've been waiting for the opportunity to take this leap, or you've been waiting for the door to open this way. And it just feels like now is the time. This was a definite yes. So I hope that was the answer that you wanted. But even if you framed your question a different way, I hope you were able to get some messages about your situation from what came out for you today. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave your reading right there, number 4. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you enjoyed this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.